Good morning and welcome to another video with myself, RevArleneC, and my lovely morning heads, because it's still early in the morning and I'm still just not really in the process of waking up because I've been awake for a while, but just with all these amazing, crazy energies, I felt like, okay, we need to probably put out another little video just to talk about these energies that we are experiencing and how important it is that, as I always say, and I will probably always throw that out there, how important it is that we stay present, right? It's so really stay just in the moment, not thinking about the past, not worrying about the future, just right now. So like right now, this is what I'm doing. Though my mind is thinking, I need another cup of my mushroom coffee. And awesome, it's 9/11. Beautiful number, very high energy number. So that is kind of cool that this is happening at 9/11 in the morning, Canadian Eastern Time. I don't know, this energy right now, it's just been so roller coaster type of ride, but today there's just this energy of, I don't know, I just feel so alive and just creative flow of let's just get her done energy. I don't know, it's kind of wild considering yesterday I was just exhausted and just really wanted to kind of veg because Monday and Tuesday was so busy physically and draining emotionally, and yay, today my other son has his last exam today, so of course I'll be belting in the car Allison Cooper, school's out for summer, right? So besides graduation and stuff, we still got graduation next week and a few little celebrations throughout the next few days in school, but for the graduation, but still. Anyways, I'm rambling just because there's just so much energy. It's I feel like I'm high on caffeine, which my mushroom coffee isn't about that, but anyways. Okay. So I had made a video, I don't think I posted it though on YouTube. It must have just been on my Instagram page about some of the energies that we were experiencing, and I think I did that on Monday. So, I still feel that, and what I'll try to do is maybe in the description, I'll put the link for my Instagram page so that you can watch that little video I posted. Could be about 7 minutes, I think. So I'll do that. So what's interesting is, still bringing back to that message, I still feel that we are in this energy right now of unexplored territory. We are in this energy of it's never been experienced before. It's almost like there's no volume book to look at to be oh, this is what was experienced before. So I feel this is very new for all of us. And because of that, it keeps bringing forward. So we go back to what, the human, right, and the ego. So there's this energy where, because of the uncertainty, people are losing their shit. Okay. So there is that energy of I don't know what to do with this. And I feel that, many are in this internal battle of, I feel excited, but I don't know the difference between excited and anxious and nervous, because they often feel the same. And it's just really about how we decide to navigate and approach that energy. So if you're approaching that energy with, oh my gosh, this is exciting, I've never had this before, the experience will most likely be something a little bit easier or calmer to navigate through. But if you are coming with the energy of, anxiety, fear, it's probably not going to be as intoxicating, let's say, right? So again, when I talk about needing to be very present, I also mean that in that presence, it is so important that we are truly honest and vulnerable with ourselves, because that is the only way that we can truly process and integrate these energies. If you are still choosing to be, basically choosing to lie to yourself, right? Where it's like many people have lived this way, where it's like one thing is said, but they hear it the way they want to hear it, right? People only see and hear what they want to see and hear. And they ignore the little triggers or the red flags, right? Because it's easier for them to, I guess, lie to yourself, right? So that's why, too, this energy is so important, that we truly see from our seat of consciousness, right? And again, as we've said so many times, and I've said so many times in videos, it is not about judgment. It's not about criticism. It's not about blame. It is just about truth. It's about being transparent with yourself. Because the moment you are transparent with yourself, you acknowledge the, nitty-gritties of what you really don't truly love about yourself, or just in the way your brain works, or understanding the programs you've been taught to believe for so long that is, or how the machine works, right? So like technically the machine being this so-called reality, right? I've said before, when you understand the game and how to play the game, you navigate differently through the game, right? And it's always about working smart, not harder, right? And that's like usually one of my favorite lines. Why work harder? Just work smarter. And when you understand the game, it's not saying that it's always going to be rainbows and unicorns. That's not what I'm saying. But when you can't lie to yourself, it makes it, there's a level of integrity in how you move forward. And that's what a lot of this is, right? It's all about the genuineness about yourself and how you show up for yourself, how you live by example, and the integrity behind it, right? And it's not about the accolades and the applause, right? Because it really has nothing to do with anybody else. When you are truly in your authenticity, in your being genuine, in your integrity, that need for any sort of validation outside of you is not present. It's not needed. It really doesn't make any sense. Like, you really don't waste your energy on that, because it's not about any of that. It's about you. It's about your little reality bubble. It's about how you live your life, and it's not about it making sense for anyone else. It's in your bubble, right? And that's something too sometimes that I have these conversations even with my sons, right? Because now that they're older and they do see how our life and just the way they've been raised with me, it's different. And again, it's not to say that one is better than the other, right? Because, they see their friends and and their friends have their lives and their relationships with their parents and their relationship with their friends. So it's not to say that one is better than the other. It's just different. And, and they see at times, even though they still struggle with it, like, they're still growing into their own. And that's the thing is, it doesn't matter. I'm 47 years old. I'm still a hot mess. I'm still constantly learning and growing. And even after this body goes, I'm still going to be learning and growing, just in a different atmosphere, in a different environment. That's all. So you're constantly growing and learning, and it's so important that we continue doing that we never lose our curiosity, that we never lose the hunger to learn, to grow, to expand, right? Like, and understanding that you don't have to be always seen or stuck as one facet of yourself. I'm constantly changing and learning. Things that I thought I understood yesterday, I understand totally different today, and I can see it from a totally different perspective. And that's going to constantly change and grow too. I am constantly jumping timelines. I am constantly creating new timelines, or not really collapsing, but dissolving of the other ones, or the way they will integrate to become one new, or more not really new, but a more concrete, I guess, type of timeline, right? So they're more instilled. It's more, I can't think of the word, and this is happening so much right now with these energies. The words are not happening, just the feeling. And that's something else I think a lot of you might be sensing too, where it's the struggle for words, for a way to describe and your whatever it is that you're experiencing is going to be much more difficult, because you're just so much in the feeling of it. And that is truly an aspect of this shift in paradigms that we are experiencing, where it is much more about truly feeling and embodying the feeling. The words are not going to matter. It's going to be what you are truly processing within you. And I've said this again too in other videos. For a few years, it was about the openness, right? The awareness, the awakening, right? It's like, boom, the light got turned on so much brighter. And that must be my little confirmation of saying yes, because my phone just went off. But anyways, and there it goes again. You gotta love it. Okay, so, so for those few years, it was that. And now this is all about the integrating the true emotional aspects of it, the true feeling and embodying of these experiences that we've been awakened to, so that we can shift, like I said, transmute, transcend, transform. So that is what these energies are right now. And like I've said again, I'm going to keep repeating things. I understand that. And I guess, like I always said, it's all about frequency and energy. And it all depends. Like, and I said, because my energy is constantly changing, my frequency is constantly changing, my vibration is constantly changing. So those who are in a space to hear in that same frequency, or almost like understand the language, right? It will connect to them and it will resonate with them, right? So it's like with anything, you will talk to so many and listen to so many different videos and talks of people who are in many ways sharing the same information, but you're not going to connect with all of them. It's only those that depending in the frequency and energy that you're sitting in, you are going to understand their language. Even if we're all speaking English, right? It doesn't matter. There's people that you are going to resonate with, and then there's people that you're not going to resonate with. And that's just going to constantly change. And it's just like there's hundreds and thousands of energy workers out there. And it's not saying that one energy worker is better than another. It has nothing to do with that. Again, it's all about energy and frequency. And if you're in a space that is that is open to the energy output or frequency output of that practitioner or that speaker, that is who you're going to connect with. And then eventually what will happen is, again, you're shifting and growing, and then that person will no longer be your person. And then again, it just keeps happening. But also the big part of it is, even with me now, like, there's certain people that I do like listening to sometimes, right? But it's not that I need to listen to them. Does that make sense? It's like, it's nice sometimes just because, I struggle with watching TV and stuff like that. So sometimes it's nice just to listen to podcasts of, subjects that I'm interested in, right? But it's not that I need to. A lot of times listening to them, it just brings confirmation to things I've already received from my higher self team, from God, right? So you're going to notice that more too, where you're going to be less drawn to listening and going, again, sort of outside yourself to these other outlets, because you're receiving the information yourself. It's already there, waiting to be activated within you, right? So you're going to be noticing more and more of that too, where you're just going to, sometimes it's just cool to listen because you don't want to watch whatever's on TV or listening to other things, because again, that frequency, that energy doesn't match where you are right now. And it comes with food and drinks, all those things too. As you continue to evolve and grow and activate, though, it comes with change. And it means things that you used to love doing and that used to inspire you just won't anymore. And you need to be okay with that. You need to surrender and just flow. Flow with it. The less you try to make sense of it all, try to find the purpose, the more relief and peace and calm you'll feel and experience in every aspect of your life. Because again, you understand change is the only consistency in life. Nothing is permanent. And the need to hold on to things, be it physical, tangible, spiritual, whatever, religious, beliefs, let it all go. Don't try to just hold on to one thing. The only thing you need to hold on to is faith and trust that you are loved, that you are seen, that you are safe, that you are guided and navigated and held in the loving arms of God. That's all you need to know. Surrounding you all in love. Until next time.